And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Putting security under scrutiny. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. 2 days before President-elect Biden takes office, the troops called in to keep the inauguration safe are under the microscope.
There are about 25,000 National Guard troops in Washington right now surrounding the city. More expected to arrive in the next few days. They're coming from all over the country. Governors from all different states have sent them to Washington, D.C. According to law enforcement sources, they'll be screened multiple times. Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy also confirmed this in an interview with the Associated Press over the weekend. He said troops will be heavily screened over fear of an insider attack.
That's Fox's David Spunt. There's also worry of U.S. Capitol-like attacks at state capitals. A big protest feared yesterday did not happen.
In Columbus, Ohio, a small crowd at the State House. Some people carrying weapons. Some people were dancing. State lawmakers in Tallahassee, Florida say things stayed quiet. And in Lansing, Michigan, about 25 protesters showed up, outnumbered by members of the media.
Fox's Jill Nato. President-elect Biden keeps pushing to get the coronavirus vaccine to 100 million people in his first 100 days. White House Task Force Dr. Anthony Fauci, who will be a Biden advisor, calls it doable, telling NBC's Meet the Press.
If we can get, the overwhelming majority of the population vaccinated, we'd be in very good shape.
The Russian opposition leader who was poisoned, then recovered, has been arrested, returning to the country. Fox's Simon Owen has an update live.
And Dave, Alexei Navalny has just appeared in court. He described his hearing as the highest degree of lawlessness. The US, the EU and Britain all say the politician should be released immediately, but Russia is brushing off those demands. Navalny was arrested at an airport in Moscow yesterday as he returned to Russia after 5 months recuperating in Germany. He travelled overseas after being poisoned, apparently with a nerve agent.
America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Monday morning. It's already a busy morning in Fort Myers on Daniels Parkway, and this is as you're heading eastbound to get onto I-75. Also slowing traffic on Colonial Boulevard east towards Winkler Avenue. There is a delay as well on Ortiz heading northbound of MLK Boulevard. It's not a major backup, just a few cars building there heading north towards Luckett Road. That's your Up to the Minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Good Monday morning. Some clouds early will eventually give way to a nice and sunny forecast. We're mostly sunny for this afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the lower to middle 70s, but we dip back down into the 40s and 50s for your Tuesday morning. A lot of sunshine expected for the afternoon, nice and dry. And then high clouds and sunshine, but overall pretty uneventful and quiet weather pattern Wednesday, Thursday, all the way towards Friday. Next chance of rain is Sunday with a few spotty showers with a cold front. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm David Honeymeyer, COO of Seminole Gaming. At Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, our Safe and Sound program was developed with data and facts from local, national, and global authorities and industry councils. Safe and Sound means stringent sanitary protocols, plus our clean team in their bright yellow shirts. You'll see them cleaning and sanitizing common areas and high-touch surfaces. We remain committed and dedicated, the safe bet to keep you safe and sound. We're ready when you are for some good, clean fun.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Brought to you by Capital One Shopping. Capital One Shopping searches for and applies available coupon codes. What's in your wallet? Savings and available coupons vary.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings, not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seems small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving, trust Rice's Moving and Transport. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
How many client portfolios is your investment advisor responsible for? Is yours one of hundreds? Or perhaps your financial institution has just been acquired by yet another firm, and the team you've known for years is suddenly gone. At the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company and its division, the Naples Trust Company, our portfolio management team is local and care for a proper ratio of account relationships designed to give you the highest possible attention and an asset allocation that is best for you and your goals. Another key factor is that all of our employees are owners in the trust company through an employee stock ownership plan. So we have no interest in being acquired, and more importantly, we have a vested interest in seeing our clients as happy as we are. Are you ready for a better experience? Contact us at the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company or the Naples Trust Company. Visit sancaptrustco.com to discover the difference.
Not FDIC insured. All investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talking text line. We stream live. You can watch at Drew Steele Radio there on YouTube and Facebook, both at Drew Steele Radio. And we always appreciate you starting the day watching the program. I see lots of people popping up already. And so that is a good thing to see. And, of course, all the comments that come through YouTube and Facebook both. Again, at Drew Steele Radio, so we do appreciate that. All right, coming up this morning, what do we have? Oh, we got a lot of things going on. Listen, the first 100 days of the Biden administration may turn out to be some of the worst 100 days we could possibly be even thinking about. Now, for some of you, that's something that you don't want to dig into. You don't want to think about it. But let's be honest, the thing that we have to do right now more than anything is to start to concentrate on what is coming and what we know is going to be happening very soon. You realize quickly when you hear about the Biden 100 days, and I love how they come out with 100 days, like this arbitrary number. You know, it's going to be 100,000 masks, 100,000 vaccines, 100 million something, $100 million, whatever it is, in the first 100 days. And, you know, because that 100 has that nice ring to it. Okay, great. Well, we're so happy that that's the case. But putting that aside, one of the things that is clear when you start to break it down is this. What the Democrats are going to do in the first 100 days, what Joe Biden is going to try to pull off in the first 100 days is...
We choose truth over facts.
Jake, literally, that came out of nowhere. Like, all I did was grab the mouse, and it was Joe Biden. I was thinking about Joe Biden, just the thoughts of Joe Biden and all those great.
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
All right, that guy's going to be president. And there's more. There's even freshness to some of the things that Joe Biden has said. But it's clear, everybody, that in the first 100 days, that the left in this country is going to take advantage of the change in administrations to try to push things on us that have nothing to do with what they're trying to make us believe. It's not a $15 an hour minimum wage doesn't need to be a discussion during a COVID crisis. If we're told that COVID is a crisis, that this is happening right now, it is awful. Something has to change. We've got to do more. You can't tell me that this is the time to start talking about $15 an hour minimum wage when businesses are trying to get back on their feet. You can't tell me that in the first 100 days, we're supposed to be talking about 11 million illegals, which hold 11 million, but who knows the number? I mean, they pick all these numbers up, 5 million, 10 million, 11 million, 100 million. We don't know how many million. It could be any million. But the idea that we're even talking about doing this in the first 100 days when supposedly there is a COVID epidemic, a pandemic that is happening. So we're supposed to believe that rushing across the border, which is going to happen, what that will open up along our southern border. We're supposed to believe that's good policy? No. We're supposed to believe exactly what we've been talking about and what it is. And who was it? Wasn't it the... it was the Washington Examiner who had this story. Biden's COVID-19 relief plan, it's a Trojan horse for a sweeping liberal agenda. That's exactly what it is. And we'll talk about that more coming up this morning. We were worried. Many people were concerned about what was going to be happening at state capitals around the country. Armed protesters, they have arrived in multiple state capitals yesterday. You were just listening to the Fox News brief that was talking about. It seems like, Sunday was supposed to be this big day, and it turns out that it wasn't as bad as many people expected, although there were some bad things that were happening. And we'll get to some of that, including what happened in Tallahassee and one individual who was planning on doing something. And let's just put it this way. The individual that was planning on doing something in Tallahassee wasn't exactly a Trump supporter. But you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to bring up anybody else. Anybody. Can't bring up the name John Sullivan, who was someone who was arrested, who was a part of BLM movement, someone from Salt Lake City who was there inside the Capitol building at the time last week from Wednesday, and what happened at the Capitol. And there were some people that were arrested that weren't exactly Trump supporters, more like BLM supporters and Antifa supporters. But you're not allowed to say that, everybody, because if you do, then you get accused of trying to change the subject because, it was a mob, it was a riot, and it was all Trump supporters. That was... I can do it. I just did. Oh, and by the way, for those that don't know, the Viking hat guy... You know the Viking hat guy, Jake? Everybody knows the Viking hat guy that was there in the Capitol building.
Organic guy?
Yeah, is that who it is? Organic climate guy, right?
Yeah.
That was this whole deal. People are trying to figure out, I still don't know. I know that he was a climate change guy and he's been at different climate change events. He's kind of an agitator. Is that a good word for it? Okay.
Sounds about right.
Have we, I have yet to hear people fomenting the idea that these individuals were 110% Trump supporters since day one. That's what it was all about. It's all these Second Amendment guys and big Trump lovers, and this is where they've been since day one, and there's no doubt about it. And that's what we have. And the only reason why I'm saying that again is because there's a narrative out there. Did you see the video clip of a Viking guy that came out yesterday? That of him, you got to hear. I got to play this for you right now. You're not going to believe this when I play it. You're going to think this is a joke, and it's not a joke. So more and more information, more and more video is coming out about this insurrection, this coup, these individuals that were breaking into the Capitol that were going to, hey, can you do me a favor? The camera just, the low battery alert just came on. Fix that on my camera. All right, I'm going to have to put that on the stream. That was really weird. If you just fix that for me. That this audio came out. Don't worry about it right now. I'll get it later. I need you to hear this because you're not going to believe what I'm about to play here. You got it fixed? Is that right? Nope. All right, I'll fix it. Check this out. So more and more information is coming out. And this is, I don't even know where to start. Listen to this video. Did you see this? Okay.
I have not.
So this is crazy Viking guy going into the floor of the House of Representatives. I mean, I think it was the House. Either it was the House or the Senate. As he was walking in, with an officer who was there trying to get them to leave. Like one guy, as there are like 3 or 4 people in there. Listen to this audio. It's stunning. Again, this is a siege on the Capitol. This is the Viking guy and other people that breaking into the Capitol building. Listen to this as he walks in, Viking guy, into the Capitol building.
Hey! Man, glad to see you guys. You guys are patriots. Look at this guy. He's got covered in blood. God bless you.
This guy is covered in blood. There's a guy on the ground who's got blood on his face because I guess he got shot with a plastic bullet. The guy's like, hey, it's good to see all you guys, meaning the police that were there in the place as he's walking in. Like he's it's...
You good, sir? Do you need medical attention?
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
I got shot in the face. Where are they? I got shot in the face with some kind of plastic bullet.
Any chance I could get you guys to leave the Senate wing?
We will. I've been making sure they ain't disrespecting the place.
Okay, just want to let you guys know this is like the sacredest place.
Yeah, they're in the Senate. The Viking guy goes up to the podium right there in the Senate, and he's like, any chance I can get you guys to leave? And they're like, yeah, we're not going to disrespect anything. We're just kind of in here. Now, it's outrageous that they were in there. I'm not making light of what happened that day, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm just asking, the narrative that is out there, the coup, the insurrection, the mob, and they're just walking around, and it was just bizarre. Again, bizarre moments that you just can't, and you have to see the video. Jay, try to find that video with the guy walk. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen, and there just seems to be more and more information that continues to come out. And even the information about the armed protesters that were there, at different state capitals. And here are some Ohio protesters. You probably heard about some protesters showing up in Ohio. Here's what they had to say as they were showing up. We got this audio here. Things aren't really working.
We're just here to peacefully let it be known that we are here for the people. We are not a pro-Trump group.
They're not a pro-Trump group, but they just want to let, they're armed and they're there, and what are they there for?
This is the Boogaloo Boys. The guys behind me, myself, we're out here supporting the local BLM scene and the Boogaloo Boys.
There to support the local BLM scene and the Boogaloo Boys. And these people that are getting attention from the media, and I'm just asking this question. We're going to explore this a little more. I have a lot of questions about the people that are showing up. 25,000 National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. that you can't even recognize what the place looks like. It's unbelievable. Let's see if we can fix that there. Oh, it's gone already? Okay, good. There you go. Sorry, we were off. Now we're back on YouTube and Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. When you hear some of the audio, go ahead, Jake, go to break. Because when we come back, the media spent the weekend describing the incident at the Capitol. It's not going to go away. It's something that the media is using. It's something that Democrats are using against the GOP, deprogramming, more deprogramming. All of you Trump supporters have to be deprogrammed. I'm not kidding. That's the language that they're using. So let's talk about that, what the media said over the weekend about this, the direction that they're going, and some of what your politicians are planning on doing to fix you. Fix you. Oh, and so is Joe Biden. He's going to fix everything. Everything's going to be so much better.
Not a joke.
Yeah, not a joke. All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
There's a crash in Lehigh Acres, and this is at Gregory Avenue South and Leonard Boulevard, slowing traffic on Leonard. Also delays building in Lehigh Acres on 23rd, heading west towards Gunnery Road. A busy morning as well in East Lehigh on Columbus if you're heading north of State Road 82. Quickest options to avoid Columbus, Bell, or Homestead Road. The Trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Some passing clouds during the morning, but then eventually becoming mostly sunny. Great forecast by later today if you're going to be out and about. High temperature of 73 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
President-elect Joe Biden is reportedly planning to cancel the permit for the $9 billion Keystone XL pipeline project as one of his first acts in office, and maybe as soon as his first day, according to a source familiar with his thinking and a report by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Crude oil futures fell overnight. A source says Biden's also expected to nominate Federal Trade Commission member Rohit Chopra to head the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The FAA approves the first fully automated commercial drone flight. Massachusetts-based American Robotics is approved to operate drones without on-site operators. Asian markets mostly lower. Benchmarks in Hong Kong and Shanghai rose after data showed the Chinese economy grew a solid 2.3% in 2020. Wall Street markets closed for Martin Luther King Day. Overnight, U.S. stock futures traded lower. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal Giangrasso, invested in you.
With the new president, so much is happening in Washington. Now, millions are turning to Newsmax TV, your trusted news source. They're going online to Newsmax.com for breaking news and downloading the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get Newsmax, call your cable operator or watch it free on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Xumo, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Newsmax is real news for real people. Start watching today.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan has been authorized to continue offering the full original MSRP for your trade-in. The factory warned us to end the offer, but after record-breaking sales in 2020, we've been approved to continue running it. If your trade-in is a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, regardless of where you purchased it from, only Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Hundreds of new Nissan models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite and get full details at naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hey, Southwest Florida, Tyler McCluskey here. And again, I'm introducing to you my new show being broadcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. This week's first guest appearance is going to be by your one and only Trey Radel. He's going to come on the show, be interviewed on the Tyler McCluskey Show, speaking about everything: insurance, real estate, mortgages, traveling experiences, you name it. Please tune in to the Tyler McCluskey Show this Saturday, 11 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News. Or visit us online at tylermccluskey.com. See you there.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now, you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 System Saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
It's the 54th annual Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 21st to Sunday, January 24th, in 2 great locations. On land at the Naples Airport and in water at the Naples City Dock. Check out nearly 150 exhibitors from around the world with boats of every type and style, from flats boats, center console and bay boats, to cabin cruisers, yachts, and mega yachts. Plus, check out the great deals on a wide variety of accessories, equipment, gear, and services for boaters at the Nautical Market, as well as food trucks and fun kids activities all weekend long. There's something for everyone at the Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 21st to Sunday, January 24th. On land at South Terminal parking at the Naples Airport and in water at Naples City Dock. Enjoy free parking and shuttle transportation to and from the Naples Airport and Naples City Dock. Kids are free with a paid accompanying adult. For more information or to buy tickets in advance, log on to naplesboatshow.org. Hosted by the Marine Industries Association of Collier County.
Glenn Beck at 9 and Rush at noon. Right now, it's Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Hey, I heard some good news. Oh, by the way, streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Drew Steele Radio, and you can subscribe or like, whatever you'd like to do. Yeah, some good news. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has a couple of things she wants to tell you because she's an expert on it.
I'm not the expert.
Well, she feels like she must be the expert on a couple of different things. One of the things is that she wants to deprogram you. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wants to deprogram white supremacists. There's a big difference. Of course, when the media is continuously talking about how you, as a Trump supporter, are a white supremacist, because you remember from last week how we talked about that audio about how you're a white supremacist and a Nazi supporter and all of those other things that were brought up, and I'll play that audio. So do you see where we're going here? And then AOC also said this. Here's some interesting news regarding Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley and what should happen to them.
What we saw last week was not just a violent coup attempt, but we also saw a dereliction of duty.
And so she says,
I have demanded the resignations of Senators Ted Cruz, Senators Josh Hawley.
Okay. she's demanding the resignations. That's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's demanding it.
I am not the expert.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. I'm Alan with Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions. My 6 years of service to my country taught me a lot about integrity, trust, and getting the job done and getting it done right. I have integrated much of my Army training into the business. And I mean integrated. I'm actually standing here recording in my fatigues. I understand that it may seem that there are more pest control companies than bugs, but our company is very different. A lot of pest control companies are what we call at 595-4867. That's 595-4867. Now serving Marco, Naples, Bonita, and Estero.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Clients love their salt system for silky smooth water, less maintenance, and they never buy chlorine. If you want the ultimate, we can add a BioShield for UV water disinfection. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133.
State certified CPC 057088.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated.
Well, I make a call, someone comes and connects that switch to something, like maybe that overhead fan.
That's Best?
Well, sure, but...
That's Best. Best Home Services. They have 4 electricians and 4 trucks right now waiting for your call. They'd have that switch looked after in no time.
Well, I feel a bit silly now.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So maybe...
Maybe we can go to Mars.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The FBI is vetting all 25,000 National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration Wednesday.
Defense officials are worried about some type of insider attack by service members involved in securing President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy says he's seen no evidence of any threats, adding the vetting hasn't flagged any issues.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. It's reported that President-elect Biden plans to shut down a planned oil pipeline from Canada to the U.S. Gulf Coast.
Canadian news network, the CBC, says sources tell them President-elect Biden's going to put the kibosh on Keystone. Proponents had said it would cut oil prices and create jobs. Environmentalists say it's a disaster waiting to happen. Native American groups spent months protesting against Keystone, saying it would destroy tribal water sources.
Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
There's a crash in Lehigh Acres, and this is at Gregory Avenue South and Leonard Boulevard, slowing traffic on Leonard. Also delays building in Lehigh Acres on 23rd, heading west towards Gunnery Road. A busy morning as well in East Lehigh on Columbus if you're heading north of State Road 82. Quickest options to avoid Columbus, Bell, or Homestead Road. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Good Monday morning. Some clouds early will eventually give way to a nice and sunny forecast. We're mostly sunny for this afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the lower to middle 70s, but we dip back down into the 40s and 50s for your Tuesday morning. A lot of sunshine expected for the afternoon, nice and dry. And then high clouds and sunshine, but overall pretty uneventful and quiet weather pattern Wednesday, Thursday, all the way towards Friday. Next chance of rain is Sunday with a few spotty showers with a cold front. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Here at Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, we focus on back and neck related conditions like stenosis, sciatica, neuropathy, and bulging discs that can cause weakness, numbness, or pain. Being an innovator in non-surgical techniques, I have developed unique and extremely effective spinal decompression protocols for overcoming these chronic and debilitating conditions that don't involve any medications or surgery. This 3-step VAX-D spinal decompression approach uses a patented computerized table that decompresses the spine to gently remove pressure off pinched nerves and increase blood circulation to the area. For young or old, and so comfortable that most patients almost fall asleep while on the table. No hanging upside down. With this award-winning technology, back and neck pain can be a thing of the past. We always offer a no-obligation consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. There's a trend in the air conditioning business with the rip-off companies to become plumbers, electricians, and air conditioning companies all at the same time. The stories we hear about huge plumbing and electric work rip-offs go right along with the scams these firms tend to run with the AC side of their business. If your company is advertising AC, plumbing, and electric, it's very likely one of those scam artist telemarketing companies with the bait-and-switch cheap service call. If you need a plumber, hire a plumber. If you need an electrician, hire an electrician. If you need to throw money down a hole, pick one of those multi-trade firms, and they're more than willing to take your money. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Bryant, whatever it takes. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Lace up those running shoes, Southwest Florida. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention is January 30th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Visit runsignup.com and search Busey Bank to enter. Long sleeve dry fit shirt included with $25 registration fee. Go to runsignup.com and search Busey Bank. Proceeds support Drug House Odyssey and local SAD clubs. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention, January 30th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Sponsored by Busey Bank, AluFab USA, Lee Health, and Lee County Sheriff's Department.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings, not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seems small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving,
deprogrammed as, that's me, I muted it. Deprogrammed as she celebrated the second impeachment of the president. So there you go. Expressing the desire to deprogram the supporters. And that was on Bill Maher's program over the weekend. You have, who was it? You have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's saying that not only do we have to make sure that we have a situation where
I'm not the expert.
I know. Where we have to deprogram white supremacy. White supremacy is basically you, because that's the narrative that's been set up, whether or not you are or not. No. They've already decided this. But also that certain individuals that were concerned about election integrity are not allowed to ask about election integrity. We are no longer allowed to talk about election integrity. That is something that is off the table. It's off base. You can't discuss it. Move on. It's a new day. Let's get past this. Okay. You're following me? That's the narrative that's been set up. So now you have CNN, Jake Tapper, and some of the guests that have been on the program. One person in particular that was on the program over the weekend was H.R. McMaster. H.R. McMaster, who was the former national security advisor under President Trump, was talking about how we got into this place. And listen, the media has some involvement in this, and CNN in particular. Listen to what H.R. McMaster had to say.
We have to look at your profession, Jake, the media. Why is it that people who lean in one direction politically watch one cable news station, some who lean in another direction watch yours or another one?
Right, and again, and some of the language that's being used, like I brought up on Zero Hedge, about what words when it comes to the participants and what words when it comes to the event itself, how they are talking about this specifically. Across the board, the language that's being used by different networks, and why it is that some people tune into one network and some individuals will absolutely not and tune into another, right? You following this?
Why do people go to the pseudo media and believe these kind of conspiracy theories? What is the role that social media plays in further polarizing our society and pitting us against each other? We have a lot of work to do, Jake, and we have to do it, as Ron has said, in a bipartisan, nonpartisan manner. And that's what all of us can expect of our institutions and expect of our political leadership as well.
Now, let me just stop there. So he's talking about what we need to do in a bipartisan matter. I'm just wondering, where is the bipartisanship on the left? Do you remember? Maybe you're a Democrat who's listening right now, 239-479-5592. Maybe you're somebody who's, you're middle of the road. You're a moderate Democrat. Hey, can you tell me when Democrats have ever moderated a position to Republicans, to the GOP? They don't. They never do. This is going to be the story now that we're going to have to deal with for the next 4 years of a Biden administration. Sorry, a Harris-Biden administration. And it's this, that they are going to do the best that they can to run over the GOP and to get forward and move forward whatever they want, never once looking at for some kind of compromise. It doesn't exist. Let's not pretend that there is some kind of compromise that's coming. That's why it is important to focus on 2022. The good news, if you want a silver lining in all of this, is that 2022, a lot of things could change. The House could flip. The Senate could flip. You could have a Biden presidency in 2023, the beginning of 2023, that does not have a House and the Senate on his side. Congress could be in the hands of the Republicans if they do the right thing, which is to make sure that they primary every single person that is running for any office to get the right people in there that will not acquiesce to what the Democrats want. That's going to be, and even locally, that's going to have to be the focus. It's going to be important that we concentrate on that. Certainly after inauguration and after we can now talk about Joe Biden's policies, which we need to do starting today, starting yesterday, and how detrimental they're going to be to the country. So there's H.R. McMaster with Jake Tapper, just trying to figure it out, Jake. What is going on here? Why is it that half the country listens to you and half the country is listening to somebody else, and they're going to other places and other sources, and we just got to come together. We've got to find this place of of compromise. How do we do that? And here's Jake Tapper's answer. Who's ready to laugh? You ready for some knee slapping fun? That's what we need. We need some cool knee slapping music. Can you find me something like that? Jake, find me some knee slapping music.
On it.
All right, he's on it. Well, I don't have time because I got to play Jake. Here we go. Here's Jake Tapper's answer.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to get into a conversation about CNN. We have a whole show that does that called Reliable Sources, but I will say there are channels in which lies are told, and there are channels in which facts are told, and people who want the lies, they don't come here. They go to a different channel.
Wait a minute, I got to shut my mic off because I have to cough. Okay, did you get that? Here you go, everybody.
There are channels in which lies are told.
I think we know who that is.
And there are channels in which facts are told.
We could probably guess there are some of those.
And people who want the lies, they don't come here.
So Jake Tapper making the case to H.R. McMaster that somehow you all that are watching CNN, you are the enlightened. You're the ones that are going after the facts and truth, and everybody else is telling the lies. Let me ask this question of Jake Tapper. Here's a headline that I might like to read that Jake Tapper had out there that had to do with the mobs, the rioters at the U.S. Capitol. January 16th, 2021, U.S. says Capitol rioters intended to, quote, capture and assassinate, unquote, elected officials. U.S. says Capitol rioters intended to capture and assassinate elected officials. Yeah, well, just a few hours later, Reuters decided to maybe tweak that answer a little bit to say that the Justice Department wants to let you know that no, quote unquote, direct evidence of plot to kidnap or kill lawmakers in the U.S. Capitol attack. There were none. So where's the truth and where's the lies? Is it because they just don't have the information? Is that what it is? Federal prosecutors walk back sensational allegations of a plot to kill lawmakers during the Capitol siege. You know, the Viking head guy. Viking head guy was that was his whole purpose in being there. The individual who they were trying to convince, could you please leave? This is a sacred place, the Senate floor, and you guys are in here, and is there a way that you guys could just leave? That guy. Acting U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Michael Sherwin, announced on Friday that there's no quote-unquote direct evidence indicating that the crowd of people who breached the Capitol on January 6th had any intention killing or kidnapping members of Congress. Now, here's an interesting thing. Jake, Jake the Millennial, not Jake Tapper, Jake the Millennial. Can you confirm with me what day Friday was? What was the date? The date on the calendar?
It was the 15th.
It was the 15th, yep. Right? 15th. Okay. So that was the 15th. Jake Tapper's U.S. says Capitol rioters intended to capture and assassinate elected officials was put out on the 16th. Let me ask you a question, Jake. I know that there are some things that escape you very easily, like money, taxes, sometimes responsibility, sometimes showers. I mean, I could go on and on. This doesn't escape you. January 15th, January 16th. Hey, which day comes first?
Whoa, that's hard. That's the 15th.
15th, okay. 15th was Friday. Jake Tapper tweeted from his iPhone that U.S. says Capitol rioters intended to capture and assassinate elected officials, except that they took back that they confirmed, or they said on that Friday that there was no direct evidence indicating that. So CNN, who, you know, they don't lie or anything. They are as pure as the wind-driven. I can't even say it with a straight face. I'm sorry. So CNN, what they did was, what Jake Tapper did, is somehow I mean, it's tough. Jake's not in the news business. He doesn't have a newsroom around him. He doesn't talk to a whole lot of people. So there's a chance that Jake Tapper had no idea that the acting U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia went and talked to reporters on Friday. I mean, how would he know So what he said on Saturday is, it could be forgiven. There's a lot of that going on lately. There's a lot of that going on. Hey, I think there was another one that I found as far as the media and what they're doing to you and trying to manipulate the stories that are out there. Oh, gosh, where was that other one? Oh, it had to do with the $15 minimum hour wage, right? Here you go. This is the story. This is your media that really is the truth tellers here. They're the ones that are trying to get you the information you desperately need when it comes to making the right decision politically, in your life, personally. The government that we constitutionally give all the power to, where we just sit back and take it and accept it. Did you know that, right? Did you know that if you read the Constitution and our founding fathers, the number one goal was to make sure that we had an all-encompassing federal government and that states would follow along with whatever the federal government said, and you specifically were supposed to do the same thing. Did you know that's not the case? Sure feels like that. Here's a story from CBS News. CBS coming big. Can't leave them out. January 15th, Kate Gibson and CBS News, Biden minimum wage proposal could lift more than 100 million workers out of poverty. They've lifted them out of poverty. This is Joe Biden and his call for a $15 minimum wage because, COVID. I wonder how many of you small businesses said to yourself, man, if I could just pay be mandated federally to have to pay my employees, in some cases, twice as much as I'm paying them right now, that would solve all my problems as a small business. How many of you said that? But here's some fun things that the headline doesn't say, and those that have run with the story. In the story itself, in the actual story itself, it says the CBO estimates the move would cost 1.3 million American jobs. It's in the story. Why do you suppose they don't add that little nugget? Do we get to talk about that little nugget? Well, we'll do it today, and we'll do it with you as well. Are you up for this? A federally mandated $15 an hour minimum wage. Hey, we did it in Florida. As a matter of fact, there's some Democrats that are like, what are you worried about? You all voted for it here in the state of Florida, right? It's going to be fine. Everything's fine. 239-479-5592. We'll have more of this coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube and Facebook at Drew Steele Radio for the time being. And we appreciate you watching on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
Typical busy Monday morning on Daniels Parkway. If you're heading west towards I-75, traffic is not backed up as of right now, just lots of cars heading to the interstate. Also in Lehigh Acres, still seeing that crash at Gregory Avenue South and Leonard Boulevard with delays heading westbound on Leonard towards Ray Avenue. If you're heading west of Gunnery Road, I would really just stick to State Road 82 right now. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Some passing clouds during the morning, but then eventually becoming mostly sunny. Great forecast by later today if you're going to be out and about. High temperature of 73 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Target, Home Depot, these things, they were never restricted at all. They didn't, say you can only have a certain number.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Not 10, not 5, or even 2.9%. Southwest Florida. In 2021, Sutherland is doing something never done before. 0% APR financing on used cars. During the exclusive 0% event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Get unprecedented 0% APR financing on used cars. Save thousands in finance charges and pay the bank no interest for your car. Shop Southwest Florida's largest used car dealer with the biggest selection of certified pre-owned Nissans. Nissans, Hondas, Toyotas, and Fords. Now, get 0% APR financing. Even get 0% APR financing for up to 84 months on new Nissans, like the Titan truck. Yes, 0% on new, too. Don't miss the 0% event with never offered 0% APR financing at your used car megastore. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral right now. Shop online at nissansales.com or capecoralnissan.com. If it doesn't say Sutherland, you paid too much. With approved credit, see dealer for details.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hello, I'm Allie. Would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? What kind would you like? My favorite kinds are the purple kinds. What is yours? Well, you can buy them $5 in each. So, would you like one?
They're out. They're here. It's Girl Scout cookies. Did you notice that, Jake? That was a cute little first grader. There was somebody's Ring doorbell, and they recorded it, and there was a girl ringing the doorbell and then talking to the Ring doorbell and asking if you want to buy some Girl Scout cookies. The door didn't open, but the Ring doorbell was there. Are you big on...
Someone sell me cookies, please.
Yeah, you'd like to, right?
Yeah, I want cookies. Call me.
All right. So, two things with that. Number one, it's Girl Scout cookie time, so everybody gets excited about that. And the second thing is we are raising a generation that is talking to doorbells instead of people. Anybody concerned about that at all? That's part of what we're doing now, that we don't talk to people. We talk to electronic devices and doorbells and little spheres that sit on the top of our, desks, and they have funny names like, should I say it? Alexa, what's the weather? I just set everybody's Alexa device off. We're talking to devices, we're talking to doorbells, and we don't talk to each other. And by the way, just so people understand that the best, Jake, the best Girl Scout cookie available is...
the peanut butter one.
No, that's actually Thin Mints. But thanks for playing. All right. Coming up, some of the disaster that will be the Joe Biden presidency in the first 100 days. Dare I say, it's going to be for most of it, maybe all of it. But you need to know some of the things that are coming and how that affects you here in Southwest Florida on the way.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
It's the 54th annual Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 21st to Sunday, January 24th, in two great locations. On land at the Naples Airport and in water at the Naples City Dock. Check out nearly 150 exhibitors from around the world with boats of every type and style, from flats boats, center console and bay boats, to cabin cruisers, yachts, and mega yachts. Plus, check out the great deals on a wide variety of accessories, equipment, gear, and services for boaters at the Nautical Market, as well as food trucks and fun kids activities all weekend long. There's something for everyone at the Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 21st to Sunday, January 24th. On land at South Terminal parking at the Naples Airport and in water at Naples City Dock. Enjoy free parking and shuttle transportation to and from the Naples Airport and Naples City Dock. Kids are free with a paid accompanying adult. For more information or to buy tickets in advance, log on to naplesboatshow.org. Hosted by the Marine Industries Association of Collier County.
Now more than ever, it's essential to have a primary care provider ready to care for you. Book your first appointment through Millennium Physician Group's telehealth service, MPG Connect, and get established with a care team who'll be there for you wherever and whenever you need. Primary and specialty care, walk-in centers, lab services, imaging centers, and COVID-19 evaluation and testing. Connect with Millennium Physician Group today and be ready for tomorrow. 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, MillenniumPhysician.com.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
They keep securing the nation's capital for the inauguration. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
It reminds me of visiting Baghdad, going to the Green Zone and seeing so much military presence and barricades.
Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff on CBS Face the Nation. The security screening even includes some of those securing Washington.
The FBI is checking for possible extremists within the ranks of the National Guard, vetting all 25,000 members. The move comes after law enforcement discovered some of the rioters at the Capitol had ties to the military. Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy says officials are taking a second and third look at everyone assigned to the inaugural operation, and that so far he and other leaders have seen no evidence of any threats. The process began as the first Guard troops began deploying to D.C. more than a week ago, slated to be complete by Wednesday. Rachel Sutherland, Fox News.
Security has also been increased at state capitals, fearing big armed protests there, especially yesterday, but they did not materialize. No trial's been set yet in the Senate after the House impeached the president for the Capitol attack earlier this month. Democratic Congressman Joaquin Castro will be one of the House managers for the trial, and he told ABC's This Week.
We're ready to lay out the evidence that the president incited a deadly insurrection.
Now, the president since has condemned that violence.
There was some thought the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, would represent him in the Senate. Giuliani said in an interview with ABC News over the weekend that he's probably not going to be doing it because, after all, he claims to be a witness. He gave one of the speeches before that riot over on Capitol Hill.
Fox's David Spun. President-elect Biden's planning a big push to get more coronavirus vaccines into more arms. White House Task Force Dr. Anthony Fauci told NBC's Meet the Press.
Getting 100 million doses in the first 100 days is absolutely a doable thing.
America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News traffic.
Typical busy Monday morning on Daniels Parkway. If you're heading west towards I-75, traffic is not backed up as of right now, just lots of cars heading to the interstate. Also in Lehigh Acres, still seeing that crash at Gregory Avenue South and Leonard Boulevard with delays heading westbound on Leonard towards Ray Avenue. If you're heading west of Gunnery Road, I would really just stick to State Road 82 right now. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Good Monday morning. Some clouds early will eventually give way to a nice and sunny forecast. We're mostly sunny for this afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the lower to middle 70s, but we dip back down into the 40s and 50s for your Tuesday morning. A lot of sunshine expected for the afternoon, nice and dry. And then high clouds and sunshine, but overall pretty uneventful and quiet weather pattern Wednesday, Thursday, all the way towards Friday. Next chance of rain is Sunday with a few spotty showers with a cold front. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
Rush Limbaugh. In 2018, Florida voters approved a state constitutional amendment to restore convicted felons' right to vote once they complete their sentence. Now, that wording is important. The amendment allows felons to have their voting rights restored once they complete the sentence. Now, liberals immediately try to pull a fast one. They claim that even felons who had not satisfied the terms of their sentence were included in the new amendment. For example, if the felon had to pay fines or restitution to the victims as part of their sentence but didn't pay, liberals argued that that didn't matter. Why? Because it's racist to demand criminals pay fines or restitution. It keeps felons from voting because they are poor. So the Florida state legislature went to work. They passed a law clearly stating felons had to complete their sentence in full, including paying fines and restitution as required before their voting privileges would be restored. The liberals sued them, and last Thursday they lost. The Supreme Court ruled that Florida can compel felons to finish their sentence in full before voting privileges are restored. And the liberals are outraged as usual. They were counting on the criminal vote to put them over the top. in the November elections. Felons are one of the Democrats' most important voting blocs. Hillary desperately needed them. The criminals know it, and now they're frozen out, at least in Florida. Good riddance. For many Americans, their top New Year's resolution is to save more money. One way to accomplish that, switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk. When you and your family make the switch from AT&T, or Verizon, or T-Mobile to Pure Talk, you could save more than $800 a year, and you don't have to sacrifice coverage in making the move. Pure Talk is on the same network as one of those big carriers at just half the cost. Get unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data for just $30 a month. And if you go over on data usage, they do not charge you for it. Grab your mobile phone, dial pound 250 and say Pure Talk. When you do, you'll save 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250 and say the keyword Pure Talk. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless, and you'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text from Pure Talk.
Glenn Beck at 9 and Rush at noon. Right now, it's Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License CCC 133-1790. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan has been authorized to continue offering the full original MSRP for your trade-in. The factory warned us to end the offer, but after record-breaking sales in 2020, we've been approved to continue running it. If your trade-in is a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, regardless of where you purchased it from, only Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Hundreds of new Nissan models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite and get full details at naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Streaming live. You can watch anytime you want. YouTube, Facebook, at Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's. You can subscribe to YouTube if you'd like. For the time being, we're there. If you'd like to like the Facebook page, would you do that? Maybe go ahead, go to facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. And for the time being, just because it's a good source to be out there working on alternatives, so don't you worry about it. Won't be there forever. But just go to Drew Steele Radio. And then if you would like, if you're watching there, you can like the page. That would be helpful so we can see that you're there. Like I said, working on alternatives. Why do we need to work on alternatives to try to figure out how to communicate with you? This radio station and the individuals on this station We have a lot of opinions. We have a lot of things to say. We're concerned about the republic. We're concerned about our Constitution and the rule of law. We're concerned about what the left wants to do, like Joe Biden, who is telling everybody, who's telling 40,000 Americans right now that I don't care about you or your jobs by by signing an executive order to cancel the permits for the Keystone XL pipeline. Do you care about that? Do we care about the 40,000 plus jobs that will be lost? It cost $1.5 billion to create this pipeline, and but in the world of DC, what's a couple of billion between friends? That's peanuts. I mean, he's talking about $2 trillion in stimulus. Keep that money rolling, baby. Keep it coming from the federal government, because everybody knows, and really it's the most important thing to remember, is that this republic was set up by our founders to have a huge, huge federal government, and the power of the people in the states was this little tiny little thing, and you just got to do what they say, baby. I mean, listen, that's where they came from. They came from that kind of... Okay, we don't need to go on. But that's being discussed. Keystone XL pipeline, we got to just cancel it. We just got to... And Canada's like, hold on a second. Wait, we got lawsuits coming because that's not the direction that we thought you all were going to go. And it was even... Who is it? Trudeau was saying that he raised the issue on his congratulatory call. It's like, you're not going to... Hey, congratulations, Joe. You're not canceling the Keystone pipeline. We're going to keep this whole thing going, the permits and everything. We're going to keep this running, right? Yeah, not so much. Because you see what happens is it's not the jobs that the left cares about, the 40,000 American workers that are going to lose their jobs. No, you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. They don't really care. And there's probably more where that came from, the indirect jobs that are lost that have to do with all of this. But it's really about... the Green New Deal, the Green Movement, the Greenies, the tree huggers, the crunchy folks out there. That's not very nice, Jake. We can't call people that just love the environment, who just want a clean earth, that there's only one side of the political aisle. Did you know that? This might be news to you. This might be a revelation to you. So Jake, I'm going to tell you, and all you other millennials and other people who are listening, and especially the left, did you know that there's only half of this country that cares about the environment? Do you know what the other half do? They change their oil in their driveway and then just dump it out into the street. All kinds of stuff like that. Did you know that? It's they could kill the earth. Who cares about the environment? Plastics, burn plastics. Have a plastic bonfire and have your kids around to breathe in all the... we don't care. By the way, do I got to tell people? All right. By the way, kids, don't do drugs. All right. But anyway, here's the point. There's a little bit of what Joe Biden's talking about today, and everybody's talking about the keys. Hey, look at this. What about it? Okay. There's some other things that are going on that you might be a little disturbed about. This one came my way. Why is it, as I opened up the program here in this hour, is there a concern about my voice, the voices on this radio station, other people that might be just a little bit concerned about the censorship of speech, First Amendment stuff. First Amendment for some, not for everybody, because, we got to be careful because there are some dangerous people out there. It's amazing how the media is super hyper-focused right now on all of these groups that seem to be in league with Trump and, by default in league with Republicans and by default with conservatives and by default with you. And how we got to do something about it. We got to keep an eye on you. We have to do extraordinary things to watch you. I didn't hear anything about that during the summer, during BLM and Antifa riots, the actual burning and looting and all of that stuff. But you didn't see that. But stuff that was on, you literally had networks. I hate saying that literally, but it's true. You had network reporters on the streets with burning buildings behind them saying things like, it's a mostly peaceful protest. How bad is it getting? I'll tell you, listen to this. So this came from, reliable sources, which Jake Tapper says everybody's got to calm down. The lies come from everybody else. The truth comes from CNN. And reliable sources is that place where opinion is held about the media. And here you have a former Facebook insider whose name is Alex Stamos, not to be confused with the other Stamos, who was, what was that show? The Stamos kid. Wasn't it from the 80s or 90s? What was that?
Full House?
Is that what it was? Full House? Something like that? Is Full House the one with, they had the little kids and there were three guys that were living.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Full House, yeah.
I don't know. You would know about all these. These are the shows you grew up with. Yeah. I mean, I grew up with H.R. Puff and stuff, so that's going right over your head.
Exactly.
Alex Stamos tells Brian Stelter, look, it's getting out of control when it comes to conservatives and how they are able to communicate with each other. Now, remember the narrative. The narrative is if you're the GOP, if you're a conservative, if you are someone who believes in the rule of law and the Constitution, you are a problem. And the way we get rid of problems is we stifle their speech. So check this out.
We have to turn down the capability of these conservative influencers to reach these huge audiences. There are people on YouTube, for example, that have a larger audience than daytime CNN, and they are extremely radical and pushing extremely radical views.
Okay, let me stop right there. Number one, they're right. There are people who would rather listen to people like Dan Bongino, for example, on YouTube, or Dinesh D'Souza. Well, both of them are on Rumble. More people watch them on Rumble than ever watch them on YouTube. But having said that, yeah, more people would rather hear their voices than CNN daytime. Now, they should worry about that, right? Why don't people want to watch CNN daytime? Their answer is that they're radical. They're radical. And so it's this radical ideology that has permeated our culture, and it has to be stopped. I'm telling you all of this because it's getting a little weird out there. It's getting a little crazy. It's getting almost as if, again, this is the bottom line. It's getting almost as if there are people like Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi. There are some Utes out there that feel like that they can say whatever they want and get out.
Did you say Utes?
I don't know why I did that. Oh, that was weird. My headphone wire got caught in the microphone. If you were watching on YouTube and Facebook, you just witnessed that. Sorry. That there are people that are now feeling emboldened to run over your thoughts, run over your First Amendment, because they have the power of some who are willing to go along with it as well. And all I'm telling you is that there is opportunity to make this change. There is opportunity to make this go away. And the way this is going to happen, and Jake, let's go to break right now, is to focus on our local and our state races and to be prepared to primary individuals that will acquiesce and to go along with whatever the Democrats are doing just because they don't want to be vilified in the media. They don't want to be vilified by individuals or deprogrammed or platformed. They just want to be loved and they just want to keep their jobs. We need more people that are willing to go and ideologically fight these people that would be willing to take away these speeches, the freedom of speech that you enjoy, these platforms, and others that come along. The good news is that it appears as if Parler is getting ready to make a comeback. They seem to be live, well, not live at the moment, but they're getting close. And so that is good news. We'll talk about that more coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, let's find out what's going on with traffic. Up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash at State Road 82 in Daniels Parkway is not slowing traffic as of the moment, but this is a very big, busy intersection. Really use a lot of extra caution as you're heading through. Also, traffic slowing down southbound on Alabama Road towards 82. We look great on the interstate as of right now. If you're heading to and from Lee and Collier, we're still up to speed. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Some passing clouds during the morning, but then eventually becoming mostly sunny. Great forecast by later today if you're going to be out and about. High temperature of 73 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. My second business was open 6 days a week and I worked from home the 7th day. I maintained that ridiculous schedule for 8 years. One Saturday morning in 1999, I woke up late for work and was greeted by my 6-year-old.
Oh, hi, Dad. Why aren't you at work?
I answered, because it's Saturday. He said,
Oh, thanks for visiting, Dad.
His words pierced my heart. I had become a workaholic. It was decision time. What's more important, family or work? I chose family and I stopped working 7 days a week. That's why I created Patriot Software, so entrepreneurs can run their payroll in minutes, which gives more time for their families. Go to patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
So, you're in the market for new appliances. You have a choice. You can chase around sizing up refrigerators, opening oven doors, poking your nose into top-load washers, while wondering if the quality meets your standards and the prices are fair. Or you can go to Good Deals Appliances. Starting at Good Deals Appliances makes all the sense in the world. They feature the top names in appliances like Genair, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana. But the best part about shopping at Good Deals Appliances is their price guarantee. If you ever find a lower price on the same appliance, Jay and his team at Good Deals Appliances will beat it. Every time, guaranteed. When you need appliances, make your first stop your last stop. Good Deals Appliances. 3 locations to serve you. 41 at Gladiolus in Fort Myers, Pine Island Road in Cape Coral, and on Naples Boulevard near Lowe's and Costco in Naples.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. In studio with us is Dr. Michael Varveris. He is a concierge medical doctor. Now, doctor, in today's world, you have to wait sometimes months before you can get an appointment with your doctor. When you get there, it's at least an hour wait to even get in. You barely even speak with your doctor. How are you different?
And everything you mentioned, I'm different. What I'm trying to do is trying to provide the service that I'd want provided or I want a loved one provided. So a patient of mine will be able to see me today or tomorrow. The time spent will be what is needed. A patient might have to wait a little bit because I'm with another patient, but I'll do the same for them. You know, I keep my overhead low in my practice, and it allows me to create individual relationships, which obviously is what it's all about.
Dr. Varveris, go visit him online at michaelpvarverismd.com. That's VARVERIS. This is the doctor that gets to the root of the problem, your concierge medical doctor. Visit him online today, michaelpvarverismd.com.
Kennedy at 3 and drive home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592 is the talk and text line anytime you want to comment. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch for the time being at Drew Steele Radio on Facebook. Just go facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. You go to YouTube, Drew Steele Radio, same thing. Steele has 3 E's, and I love that we've got a whole lot of folks that are watching and commenting. If you're watching on the show, I see all your your comments, and even some people who have some very interesting. I know I got to pop some of these. I got to pop some of these comments up here. And somebody asked me to beatbox. Jane Catterson beatboxes cats. What is that all about? I know somebody said something to me about beatboxing. That's weird. Okay. See that on the screen. Some of the comments that are coming in. I don't know why. All right. Hey, I want you to listen to this sound and tell me what you think this sound is. I might even have Jake play along with us. Here you go. Ready, Jake? Listen to this and tell me what you think this is. So what do you think that is? When you hear that, what's your first reaction? What do you think that's the sound of?
Like cheering?
Cheering. It might sound like cheering. Maybe it was
sirens in the background.
Maybe it was the cheering of individuals last night, watching the Tampa Bay Bucks make it. I guess if you're following football at all, I'm not even sure who they played, to be honest with you. I'm so out of touch with the NFL right now. But I know I see on the headlines some people that slept in late because they were watching the Bucks yesterday and they were too excited about getting close. They're in the championship game. I don't even know who they're playing. I should know all of these things, but anyway, I digress. I wonder if I should wait and maybe take your calls, 239-479-5592, for you to tell me what this is. You know, I'm not going to have you wait. I'll just tell you. It's from a video of tens of thousands of individuals. Those tens of thousands of individuals are migrants breaking through Guatemala's border security lines, entering Guatemalan territory, failing to comply with immigration and health requirements. Why do you suppose tens of thousands of people from south of Guatemala are making their way and breaking through border posts and failing to comply with immigration and health requirements? I'm going to give you the answers coming up. And for all you lefties that are listening out there here in Southwest Florida, I'm just asking the question. So you're into 11 million illegals now being legal and Biden saying that he's going to do this. Have you thought about the crisis that will be created along the border, health-wise?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan has been authorized to continue offering the full original MSRP for your trade-in. The factory warned us to end the offer, but after record-breaking sales in 2020, we've been approved to continue running it. If your trade-in is a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, regardless of where you purchased it from, only Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Hundreds of new Nissan models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite and get full details at naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Why wait for so-called one-time refund relief from big insurance companies when you can get the best prices and coverages all day, every day, all year round from Chapman Insurance Group? Hi, this is Brian Chapman, and my team is committed to finding you the most efficient coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
It's the 54th Annual Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 21st to Sunday, January 24th, in two great locations. On land at the Naples Airport and in water at the Naples City Dock. Check out nearly 150 exhibitors from around the world with boats of every type and style, from flats boats, center console and bay boats, to cabin cruisers, yachts, and mega yachts. Plus, check out the great deals on a wide variety of accessories, equipment, gear, and services for boaters at the Nautical Market, as well as food trucks and fun kids kids' activities all weekend long. There's something for everyone at the Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 21st to Sunday, January 24th. On land at South Terminal parking at the Naples Airport and in water at Naples City Dock. Enjoy free parking and shuttle transportation to and from the Naples Airport and Naples City Dock. Kids are free with a paid accompanying adult. For more information or to buy tickets in advance, log on to naplesboatshow.org. Hosted by the Marine Industries Association of Collier County.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
News. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump has 2 full days left in office and a chance to issue more pardons and reduce federal prison sentences. Some people involved in the riot at the Capitol have asked for pardons, but South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham says the president shouldn't do it.
You should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and to seek a pardon of these people would be wrong.
Senator Graham on Fox's Sunday Morning Futures. The FBI warned about violence, but pro-Trump protests at state capitals yesterday were small and peaceful where anyone showed up at all.
In Hartford, Connecticut, hundreds of National Guard members and police officers secured the Capitol, but the scheduled pro-Trump rally never happened. In Columbus, Ohio, a small crowd at the State House. State lawmakers in Tallahassee, Florida say things stayed quiet. And in Lansing, Michigan, about 25 protesters showed up, outnumbered by members of the media.
Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
A crash at State Road 82 in Daniels Parkway is not slowing traffic as of the moment, but this is a very big, busy intersection. Really use a lot of extra caution as you're heading through. Also, traffic slowing down southbound on Alabama Road towards 82. We look great on the interstate as of right now. If you're heading to and from Lee and Collier, we're still up to speed. That's Up to the Minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Good Monday morning. Some clouds early will eventually give way to a nice and sunny forecast. We're mostly sunny for this afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the lower to middle 70s, but we dip back down into the 40s and 50s for your Tuesday morning. A lot of sunshine expected for the afternoon, nice and dry. And then high clouds and sunshine, but overall pretty uneventful and quiet weather pattern Wednesday, Thursday, all the way towards Friday. Next chance of rain is Sunday with a few spotty showers with a cold front. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Southwest Florida's place to talk about
coronavirus. It's on the police.
Everything.
Give me liberty or give me COVID-19.
92.5 Fox News.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Naples, and Marco Island. With 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
Ooh, a fondue set. Ugh, now I need to find a coupon code.
Not anymore, Susan. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout.
Wait, instantly?
It's called shopping smart, not hard. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer for free and let it do the work for you.
Don't mind if I fondue.
Haha, that's kind of cheesy. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
When the idea of divorce becomes a reality, you need someone on your side. If you are a man in this situation, you should consider contacting Cordell & Cordell, who has helped men navigate complex family legal issues for 30 years. Visit us at CordellCordell.com to learn more.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Cordell & Cordell, Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Announcers are not licensed attorneys.
Welcome to the world of smart floors. Be inspired by Naples' newest and best floor gallery with the highest quality of floor coverings. Smart Floors is celebrating the opening of their new location next to Home Goods in the Park Shore Plaza. For the best in carpet, ceramic tile, hardwood, and luxury vinyl, let Smart Floors inspire you. Visit smartfloorsusa.com.
When shopping for new floor, we stand for so much more. Smart service, smart prices, smart floors.
Glenn Beck at 9 and Rush at noon. Right now, it's Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592 is the phone number. It's the talk and text line. Coming up in, we'll do it. 10 minutes. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Have a little bit of fun. Got to kind of shake out all the nastiness that's out there. I know. Sometimes it's hard. And I understand with everything that's going on. It's difficult, but sometimes we just got to lighten up a little bit. I don't know. It's tough. Especially when we know what's coming and what is coming. Stephen Moore is going to join us. Looking forward to this conversation. Economically speaking, we need to get the details. And Stephen Moore, you probably know, author of the book Trumponomics, FreedomWorks senior economic contributor and Wall Street Journal writer. He's going to join us because I want to know the breakdown of some of what economically, the things that affect you at your dinner table, things that affect you in your pocketbook, things that affect you in your wallet, and what is going on with inflation and what is happening with all the things and policies that we will see now, the change that's coming, how that's going to affect you. So 8:05, he's going to join us. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. But right now, so the plan of Joe Biden, the first 100 days, the magical 100 days. Everybody's got things happening in the 100-day. Okay, whatever. First 100 days. Here's a sound that you're going to hear a lot of in the first 100 days. That is the sound, that is video from the Guatemalan border. From the south, tens of thousands of migrants breaking through the El Florido border post and failing to comply with immigration and health requirements. Just busting through tens of thousands, overwhelming them at the southern border coming across. Where do you think they're going? Puerto Vallarta. It's a nice place to visit. You got probably beautiful hotels and pools and beach. That's where they're going, right? I mean, you think they're heading a little further north? Is that possible? Why would they be doing that? Why is it happening right now? Well, as one of his first acts in office, this from the Daily Wire, Joseph Curl reporting on this. President-elect Joe Biden will ask Congress to offer legal status to an estimated 11 million foreigners in the country illegally. Biden's going to announce the legislation to provide a pathway to citizenship for millions on his first day. AP reporting on this. a historic shift from Trump's anti-immigrant agenda that recognizes that all of the undocumented immigrants that are currently in the United States should be placed on a path to citizenship. Every single one of them. Now, we can't debate this anymore. We've debated this ad nauseum. We all know what this is and is not. We all know what this is going to mean to the economy and other things as well. Systems that will be overwhelmed. You think the healthcare system right now is overwhelmed with trying to deal with COVID patients in hospitals? You know, we're told when we have these spikes that hospitals are getting close to 100%, they're being overwhelmed. You think that when we have, because of this policy, follow this, because of what they know is coming, that there will be a rush to the border. It's already starting and they're on their way. That once they get to the border, the president-elect Biden is talking right now about this policy with no further actions along the border as far as stopping those that would come across. No enforcement policies, no upping enforcement policies as well. Quite the contrary. And so what happened to caring about the pandemic? What happened to COVID? Why all of a sudden now are we not worried about that? Why is the left, why is Joe Biden all of a sudden not worried about it? You don't think that there's a possibility that out of the tens of thousands that will make their way to the border, and it's coming, and it's probably going to be the spring, we're going to start to hear all of this happening in the first 100 days of Joe Biden. Not a joke. Not a joke. That we're going to have individuals that are going to rush this border, and we're not going to be able to screen them in any way to see how what their health is at that time. But that's not even an issue right now. That's not something, because, you know, we got to do something. We got deferred action for children arrivals. You know, we got DACA we got to deal with. That's going to be part of a shorter pathway to citizenship for the hundreds of thousands of people with the temporary protected status. Do you see how that multiplies? Well, what are you're going to give them, by no fault of their own coming to the country, you're going to give them a pathway to citizenship. Well, what about those that brought them? You can't leave them behind. You can't have a child here and then send the parents. But you can't do that. So you got to do everybody. And then what about the grandparents? And what about the aunts and uncles? And do you see how far this goes? We can't have this discussion. It's already been decided. The liberals, Democrats play long ball. The Republicans have to decide how they're going to fight this. And it's clear that they've made a decision that if they don't have someone fighting for them, they have no interest. That's a concern. I hope I'm wrong. But no interest in... So how is this going to work? So here's another interesting little nugget. Joe Biden, first 100 days. First 100 days, everybody, we got to mask up.
The day we're inaugurated, I'm going to ask you to mask up for the next 100 days. This is not a political issue.
No, it's 100. Do you know how much can be done in 100 days of masking? Do you have any idea how much of a change we can make if every single person would just mask up for 100 days? Because the evidence is crystal clear that when you mask up, masking clear. Oh, wait, there is no clear evidence of that at all. That like the mask mandates and the non-mask mandates in the states and how they're relatively equal, the same as far as the amount of spread. And we have no evidence of that whatsoever. But Joe Biden says, you know, if we mask up. But here's the interesting part.
And I will issue an executive order to require masks where I have the authority to do that.
Man, where he has the authority to do that. And these executive orders have gotten out of control. An executive order that will be challenged. That all of these will be challenged in court. And all of them ultimately could be overturned by somebody else who comes into office. This back and forth, mostly because Congress won't do a stinking thing when they're there. It was back and forth. So he said, look, we're available, he can do it. How's he going to do it?
For federal workers, and federal property, on interstate travel, like trains and planes.
I got to stop there. Listen to that. So he wants masking up mandatory, 100 days.
On interstate travel, like trains and planes.
Now, the first natural reaction is, interstate travel. Does that mean that if we travel interstate 75 and we're heading up to, I don't know, fill in the blank, that we all have to wear masks in between? Like, we could get pulled over on the interstate for not wearing a mask in the car. I'm just asking. I know it sounds ridiculous. No, I'm just asking. That's the first thing. But the second thing is, in saying
interstate travel, like trains and planes,
in caring about 100 days of masking that Joe Biden is talking about, we got a pandemic, everybody, $2 trillion. We got to spend. We got to give you money. We can't reopen the economy. We can't do anything like that. Well, maybe that could be coming gradually, state by state. They'll start to do it almost like magically it's like, what is it? Lucky Charms are magically delicious with Joe Biden. Everything magically disappears when all of a sudden he's... Why is it that the American people have to mask up for 100 days because we've got to stop the spread of COVID, and we have to be concerned about that? Interstate travel, planes, trains, automobiles, John Candy, Bill Murray, Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I don't know, But yet we don't have to be concerned at all about immigration policies. 11 million illegals now become legal. Pathway to citizenship. All you got to do is get here, baby. Just get here. Tens of thousands that I played the audio rushing the border in Guatemala, heading north. And you don't have one little lick, not a stinking care about the health issues that could be brought across the border. Or unless, wait a minute, maybe everybody will be handed a mask at the border before they rush the border. That's what it is, Jake. That's what it is. It has to be. It's Joe Biden's new mask up policy for illegals crossing the border. Just make sure when you get there, before you run across the border, there'll be boxes of masks all along the border. We'll just put them out there, and we'll have a big glowing sign. It'll flash like Eat at Joe's kind of thing, on the cartoons. By the way, where did Eat at Joe's come from? Can anybody tell us? 239-479-5592. Again, Jake has no idea. If you're watching on Facebook right now at Drew Steele Radio, you're... So we'll have flashing signs to let you know that the masks are here on the ground, that you pick them up, that you mask up, and do us a favor because, we got this COVID thing going on, and cross the border. Okay, not a care in the world. That's a problem, isn't it? Not for the left here in the country, not for you Democrats. You're good. Doesn't exist. It's a good thing we have governors in states that are doing the right thing, that understand what is going on, that understand when it comes to vaccines, when it comes to the proper process, with what you have been given, Can I say that again? When it comes to vaccines, with what you have been given in the state of Florida, because I know that there are media outlets that are beside themselves and all the issues of vaccinations and the problems. And of course you have problems because we're in 2022 election season, and you would love nothing more than to see Ron Desantis leave office and ding him along the way. But even he said this over the weekend, right?
The CDC was recommending focusing on a lot of workforce, younger workers. I rejected that because I thought we had to focus on elderly. And so we said we're doing 65 plus. We were the first state in the country to do that. A couple other states did follow suit. And then now, lo and behold, what's happened with CDC? They're saying you should do 65 plus. So Florida led on this. We put seniors first. And I think folks are seeing that that's the right policy.
Yep, folks are seeing it's the right policy. Not everybody's seeing it's the right policy because, again, there's media here locally and across the state and across the country that would love nothing more than to see to see Ron DeSantis get dinged up when it comes to COVID, or when it comes to the economy, when it comes to the budget that they're going to have to deal with in Tallahassee. We got that coming up. They're in committee talking about all different kinds of issues. that we are going to have to talk about as well. 239-479-5592. And also, man, there was one other story that I wanted to touch on that had to do with this. Oh, that's what it is. This is just a news story, just in case you're wondering how we're doing here as compared to other states, and a little more reinforcement for you, from the conservative point of view that we don't have the opportunity for long to be able to go onto places like Facebook and Twitter and other social media sites, and where there are media outlets who are saying that somehow we're going to have to be tamped down altogether. Really? Okay. Just the news. As the one-year anniversary of the COVID-19 pandemic in the U.S. approaches, two of the country's three most populous states, California and Florida, are seeing two very different epidemiological curves. Hard lockdown California is perhaps counterintuitively recording significantly higher new case numbers and hospitalizations compared to the more open, less restricted state of Florida. Oh, look at that. Florida, as of this week, has recorded a little over 1.5 million positive test results for COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. California has registered nearly 3 million. For CDC figures, the two states are roughly equal in their population-adjusted case numbers per 100,000 residents, with California around 7,300 and Florida at a little over 7,000. Two divergent different cases and two completely divergent mitigation policies. And some of the draconian things that have happened in the state of California and what we know has happened here in the state of Florida. And yet still, we have people in the country that are fighting beyond fight against what works. And why do you suppose that is? Well, it almost seems as if it would be because it's control. That's crazy, right? You wouldn't want control over the population to the point where you would have to continuously give them stimulus, feeding them more of their own money to kind of spoon feed them, while at the same time not changing any of the policies or things that are going on around. Just keep them fed in certain ways. Not even giving us a little bit of an opening, a little bit of light, not even a little bit of normalcy, nothing like that. Just continue to spoon feed you. It's almost like they're doing that to keep control over you. That's ridiculous. They wouldn't do that in California. All right, let's do it. 239-479-5592. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Let's do that right now. You're caller number, Jake, 3? 3 sounds good. Caller number 3 right now. If you want to play, have a little bit of fun with this. We'll see how you do. Drew's College up next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Colonial Boulevard is shut down starting from Winkler to 6 Mile. You cannot head eastbound as of right now on Colonial Boulevard. The best thing you can do is take Challenger Boulevard, and that's going to be your quickest way to navigate around it. There's also a crash reported at 82 in Daniels. Still no major backups from this crash, so that is the very good news this morning. We know it's a very big intersection there. However, if you are on I-75, seeing lots of cars heading southbound towards Bonita Beach Road from Corkscrew. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Some passing clouds during the morning, but then eventually becoming mostly sunny. Great forecast by later today if you're going to be out and about. High temperature of 73 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
From smartphones and TVs to desktops, laptops, and tablets.
Every audio device in this hemisphere.
All you have to do is tell your smart device to play 92.5 Fox News.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality, hurricane-rated, high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish
forsaking all others?
I do.
I do.
And now by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you roommates. Go forth.
That's not the vow you took. But if struggles with CPAP have you and your spouse sleeping in separate rooms, it might be time to look into Inspire. Inspire works inside the body with just the click of a remote. That's right, just a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads coming to beat the tariff increase. And we're going to guarantee a freeze of the prices on all our in-stock Core Tech. We're not going to go up 50 cents a square foot, and we're going to save it for our customers.
And so when it comes to Core Tech, I mean, it is just amazing the selection that you have. And not only that, the installation is incredible. What you do there is fantastic.
Yes, and we stock 100 colors of Core Tech.
Floor Meisters, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around this store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Steve. Steve's on Marco Island. How do I know? Because here he is. Good morning, Steve. How are you today?
Doing fine.
Well, it's good to hear from you. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD or associate's degree question, sir. Starts right now. Hey, Steve, do you know who was the vice president of the United States in the year 2013? Think about it, 2013. Who was the vice president of the United States?
That would be the so-called, I hate to say it, President-elect Joseph Biden.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who was the governor of the state of Florida before Ron DeSantis?
That would be Rick Scott.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Where is it? What's the highest court in the United States? The highest court in the United States is?
The United States Supreme Court.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. True or false? You ready? Here's a true or false question. In 1943, the United States banned pre-sliced bread.
False.
That is true. We actually did because we needed the metal used in slicers to fight World War II. How about that?
Wow.
You see, you learned something. That's what it's all about, Steve. It's Drew's College. It's a history lesson. It's a civics lesson, and doggone it, it's fun.
Okay.
I still don't know what does doggone it mean? Does it mean the dog went or is leaving? Or
I think it's either that or we're just trying not to say another word.
Yeah, that could be it as well. All right, well, we got to leave it at that. Thank you, Steve and Dave. And Marco, we appreciate you, sir. Thanks so much, and thanks to everybody for playing along with Drew's College. Coming up, Stephen Moore is going to join us. The book Trumponomics, you probably heard of it. Listen, with Joe Biden as president of the United States, there are things that are going to be taking place in this country. Economically speaking, they affect you right out of the gate. How will you be affected? We'll talk about it coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News.
Just 2 days left to secure the nation's capital for Joe Biden's inauguration. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and even the 25,000 National Guard troops deployed are under FBI scrutiny.
The U.S. Army tells Fox News it's working with the Secret Service to identify which service members need extra screening ahead of Wednesday's inauguration. Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy said he's warned commanders to be on the lookout for any potential problems within their ranks, and that extremism has no place in the military. He also said so far, there's no evidence of any threats.
Fox's Jill Nato. So far, also big protests feared at state capitals have not happened. In the last 2 days of the Trump presidency,
there are a lot of people urging the president to pardon folks who participated in defiling the Capitol.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham opposes that. More than 100 arrests have been made since the deadly attack earlier this month. And Graham also told Fox Sunday Morning Futures Republicans should not vote to convict the president in a Senate trial after the House impeached him for inciting the Capitol riots.
It will destroy the party. The Republican Party wants to move forward. President Trump's going to be the most important voice in the Republican Party for a long time to come.
A conviction could block President Trump from running again. A week after the conservative social media platform Parler went offline, it's trying to come back. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has an update live.
Dave, Parler CEO John Mates posted a message on Saturday saying, "Hello, world, is this thing on?" saying the platform would be restored. A little more than a week ago, Parler was suspended from the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store because of its failure to implement a content moderation plan to deal with violent threats. Amazon followed suit, suspending it from its web hosting service, which essentially shut down the platform until it could find another web host. The app is still not available in app stores, but Mates says he expects it to be back up by the end of the month, Dave.
America's listening to Fox News.
Beachcombing.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
Colonial Boulevard is shut down starting from Winkler to 6 Mile. You cannot head eastbound as of right now on Colonial Boulevard. The best thing you can do is take Challenger Boulevard, and that's going to be your quickest way to navigate around it. There's also a crash reported at 82 in Daniels. Still no major backups from this crash, so that is the very good news this morning. We know it's a very big intersection there. However, if you are on I-75, seeing lots of cars heading southbound towards Bonita Beach Road from Corkscrew. That trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Good Monday morning. Some clouds early will eventually give way to a nice and sunny forecast. We're mostly sunny for this afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the lower to middle 70s, but we dip back down into the 40s and 50s for your Tuesday morning. A lot of sunshine expected for the afternoon, nice and dry. And then high clouds and sunshine, but overall pretty uneventful and quiet weather pattern Wednesday, Thursday, all the way towards Friday. Next chance of rain is Sunday with a few spotty showers with a cold front. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician.
condition, flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings, not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seems small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving, trust Rice's Moving and Transport. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
It's a solution.
Fort Myers Mitsubishi has the solution to your resolution. Bring in any trade, regardless of condition, and get $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for it, so you can drive home your new Mitsubishi today. Drive away in a new 2021 Outlander Sport with standard safety features like forward collision mitigation, automatic high beams, lane keep assist, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, starting from $18,990. That's just $18,990 for a brand new Outlander Sport with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and make your credit worries a thing of the past. If you have a full-time job and a $500 down payment, we want to approve your credit. Get pre-qualified risk-free at FortMyersMitsubishi.com.
It's a solution.
Get $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade, so you can drive home your new Mitsubishi today. Only at Fort Myers Mitsubishi. Offers still combined, plus tax, time, destination, and admin. All factory rebates applied.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live. Anytime you want to watch, we appreciate it. For the time being, we are on YouTube and Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you subscribing or liking the page. Like we said, we're working on some new alternatives for the time being. We're hoping to get in touch with Stephen Moore, author of the book Trumponomics, Freedom Works senior economic contributor and Wall Street Journal writer. Wanted to talk about the economic impact of what Joe Biden is planning on doing to this country with the policies that he's planning on moving forward with. Just give it another try, Jake. You just keep doing it. And when you get him, just pop him on. Let me know he's there. And that's okay. Also, a couple of other things that I think should be discussed. Pretty interesting. Number one, the media, again, proving once again that they're not our friend, that they are not willing to talk about the issues on one side of the aisle. But they are certainly, it looks like he's calling on the other line, Jake. But certainly places like CNN and other locations have been continuing to talk about the issues regarding conservative media, conservative talk, Facebook, and how we need to, as a country, do more to take away our speech as opposed to less. And we're going to break that down a little bit coming up, but I see that he is with us right now. So happy to be joined by Stephen Moore, author of the book Trumponomics, FreedomWorks senior economic contributor, and a Wall Street Journal writer. And so glad to have him on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News this morning. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
Hi, good morning.
I appreciate you joining us today. Boy, I'll tell you, the one thing through all of what has been happening in the past few weeks, certainly in the past few years, and leading up to this moment, and here we are now. I understand that people want to relitigate, they want to go back. What I want to do right now in this moment is to really focus on what's coming, because we're going to have a new administration, we're going to have new policies put in place, and the president-elect Biden is bragging about what he is going to do in the first 100 days. And I have to be honest, I look at the economics of all this, and I'm frightened by what we might see. And so I thought maybe one by one we can take different issues. The first one I look at is, how in the world did we get to a $15 minimum wage discussion with regards to COVID-19 stimulus package? That, to me, the $15 minimum hour wage, it seems like it's something that they're putting in here that's going to be detrimental at a time when small business needs help. And I can't imagine this is going to help.
Well, it's a great point. You're exactly right. We know that people who are paid the minimum wage generally, people who work for small businesses. You're exactly right. Many of them are struggling to get back on their feet. I think you said it quite well. Can you think of a worse time to be raising the minimum wage than right now, putting this, onus on the backs of these businesses? By the way, most of them, not most of them, but a lot of them, a high percentage of them, are restaurants and bars and tipped employees. And, look what the restaurant and bar industry has gone through over the last year, where they've been shut down. They're barely able to keep their head above water. A lot of those businesses have gone bankrupt, and now they get clobbered with $15 an hour minimum wage. Most of the people who get the minimum wage are young people. A high percentage of them are teenagers. They're not the breadwinner of the family. My son has just left this morning for his he's earning $39 an hour. He's 19. If you take away those starter jobs, you really hurt the young people, I think.
Yeah, right. And I would say also that there is opportunity if we were to look at the minimum wage, take it out as something federally speaking, and to give opportunity for the workers, the people that will be employed, to show their skills and to be able to be paid accordingly. And we don't even get that.
No, that's exactly right. By the way, I'm a lot older than you are. So my first job, I think a lot of people remember their first job they ever had. My first job was I was working in a warehouse. I was 17 years old, and I had done some odd jobs and stuff like that, but my first kind of real paying jobs. And I was earning $2.10 an hour. And, I look back at that and I think, gosh, you learn a lot on the job. You learn a lot about life skills, about job skills. I learned how to, use a forklift. I learned how to show up on time. I learned how to be diligent and productive. Those are important skills. The last thing we want to do is keep young people out of the workforce. There's a strange kind of liberal view that young people shouldn't work, and that's crazy. Actually, the people who are, when I was at the Wall Street Journal, we used to meet really talented, the people at the very top of their profession, whether it's in business or art or entertainment or sports or whatever it might be. And I remember just, when we'd ask them, I'd ask them, where'd you come from? What was your background? And a lot of them, grew up. I was always struck by how many really successful people grew up living on a farm. And the reason that's interesting, anyone who grew up living on a farm knows you start working when you're 8 years old.
Yeah, right.
Cleaning out the barn. You learn. We need to get young people to have a work ethic, and I worry that the $15 minimum wage. I have two teenage sons. I love them to death. I always like them, but I love them. But I would never pay them $15 an hour because they don't have the skills to justify $15 an hour, but they will.
Yeah.
And they're so anyway, that's my view of it, and it's a bad time to do it. But I'm more concerned, frankly, about look, anybody who believed that Joe Biden was going to be a moderate, I hope they don't believe that anymore, because this is a radical agenda that Joe Biden has put forward. He is off to in terms of what he's announced so far, this will be the most radical left-wing president we've ever had in the history of the United States. We just passed a $900 billion, not million, $900 billion rescue plan for the economy. Yeah. And Joe Biden comes in, his first thing I'm going to do is add another $1.9 trillion.
Right.
I mean, this is a president who's going to bankrupt our country, folks. I mean, these people are crazy.
Yeah. And, two things come to mind. The first part that you were talking about in the conversation about your first job. My first job, by the way, I was I was cleaning pools during the summertime in New York. I was a pool boy. There's a whole story behind that. I'm the pool boy guy, so that's a whole thing. But the other part of it is, culturally speaking, there was a time when you went to your dad and your grandfather and you were witnessing what they were doing and the sweat that they were putting in, that sweat equity to get businesses open and to do things and provide. My dad, through all the ups and downs in economies in the 70s and 80s, and I watched him never take anything from the government, but always hunting for other jobs when he would lose a job. There was that's what you did. It was just, you didn't ask. You just went and did that if you were able to do it. It was that kind of work ethic. We've lost that, I'm afraid. And the other part of it... Go ahead.
Yeah. It's sad. I want to mention another thing because today is Martin Luther King Day.
Yes.
And, Martin Luther King's famous speech on this day some 50-some years ago was, you judge a man by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Mm. And everything that Joe Biden wants to do is judging people not by the content of their character, but by the color of their skin.
Yeah.
So you have it's like they've turned Martin Luther King on his head.
Right.
Everything is about equity and giving things to this minority group and that minority. Why don't we just treat everyone the same?
Right. Yeah, and I guess that's
I know people. Oh my gosh, Steve Moore is a racist. Yeah. No. I don't look at people by the color of their skin. Liberals do.
Right.
Liberals do. Everything's going to be racial equity, and this person, the black person or the brown person, the red person gets to get the vaccine before the white person because, what is this?
Yeah.
We're dividing America.
Yeah, and how all of a sudden that's acceptable by the party who claims to be the one to champion it for the longest time.
Exactly.
And I don't know how we've been, and it seems like, and by the way, Stephen Moore is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, author of the book Trumponomics. I would encourage you to buy the book, and also FreedomWorks senior economic contributor, Wall Street Journal writer. And here's the thing that I am always fascinated by is how the left, the media, all the same, Democrats, all in one package deal, how they have done exactly that. They have given us policies that and ideology that I never thought in a million years that I would see that people would go along with and they would believe detrimental to the country. I was looking forward to, and maybe you can speak to this as well, the talk has always been about when an administration has 8 years, you grow up, kids, that I'm so concerned about. I have a 12-year-old, so I'm always concerned about what he's doing and his work ethic and his ideas. 8 years of that ideology from that administration really does craft and create our future. And you can see it. You can see the destruction of ideology and culture in one administration, and what we possibly could have seen with another 4 years of Trumponomics, of really caring about the Constitution and the rule of law, and being able to build that. We don't get that now at this moment in time, but I wonder how we could benefit by, for example, if you would go and purchase Trumponomics, you would be able to read and see the things that cannot be disputed about what works, about what.
Well, look, it's simple that there's no. I think one of the things that I'm proudest of in terms of Trump's multiple accomplishments. By the way, I want to be very clear on this. I don't excuse his behavior since the election. I think a screw came loose, and it saddens me. I mean, this is a sad moment for America because I think Trump would have really had an incredible second term. We would have just supercharged this economy like we did over the last 4 years, and I don't think I know there are a lot of people listening to the show, voted for Joe Biden. They like Joe Biden. I wish him the best. Sometimes I can be surprised. Bill Clinton turned out to be, I didn't think he'd be a good president. He actually governed as a moderate, centrist, pro-free market, limited government Democrat. And we had an explosive economy. So it's not that whether they have an R or D next to their name, it's their policies. But did you see, just late last night, Biden says one of his first policies is going to be to shut down the Keystone XL pipeline.
Right. Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
And that's so stupid. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, the Keystone XL pipeline is what carries the oil and gas from the Dakotas and up in Canada down to Texas.
Yep.
I mean, that's a vital part of our infrastructure, folks. We get 80% of our energy from oil and gas. So these lunatics, and I'm sorry, it's a lunatic idea. Now we're going to have to, transport it through rail and through trucks. That's much more dangerous. You see all the time. You see rail, crashes and blah blah blah. Pipelines are by far the most environmentally sound way to transport pipelines. But Biden says, no, I hate fossil fuels, so we're not going to build any more pipelines.
Right.
That's crazy. Meanwhile, Russia and China just signed a major deal. They've got like a $10 billion pipeline that's going to pipe the natural gas from Russia to China, our enemies, and we can't build a pipeline here. I mean, how stupid is that?
Right. And the jobs that will be lost are immediate. We know it. We know that
exactly.
Right out of the gate. And somebody who claims
and
to care
they're union
about
jobs too. They're union jobs. They're high paying jobs. I thought Joe Biden says he wants high-paying jobs.
Yeah.
He's the one who said we've got to raise the minimum wage. I mean, that's going to destroy thousands of jobs. It is not good for the environment, and it shows these people are climate change fanatics.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally want to shut down our oil and gas production, which has been one of our leading industries in America. It's how we became energy independent under Trump. I worked with him on energy policy. We went from importing $200 billion a year of oil and gas to exporting it. And they want to shut it down. I mean, can you imagine anything stupider than that?
No, I can't. Well, there are some things I can, and quite honestly, I'm concerned that
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, we have more oil and gas and coal than any other country in the world. And, I'm going to miss a lot of things about Donald Trump, but you know how he used to say the rest of the world is laughing behind our back?
Yeah.
They are laughing at us today. They can't believe how stupid the United States is. And we're going to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord. By the way, the biggest polluter in the world by far is China. They don't even have to comply with that deal for another 10 years. They don't comply till 2030. Meanwhile, we shut down our energy production. How is that putting America first?
So I wonder if, before we go, and maybe I'll ask you to comment on this, when it comes to the economy, what we've been able to see that is possible in this country pre-COVID, when we are able to see, to your point, energy production and how important that is, and there are debates that we can certainly happen about and talk about when it comes to green energy and how your electric vehicle is getting that energy when you're plugging it in, what's providing it at the time. Also, we could even talk about a barrel of oil, how only a percentage of the barrel of oil is going to the use of vehicles and in businesses. There's also, when you break it down, a barrel of oil, there's a lot of other things. And people don't realize that. But how the conversation now, and I think it's unfair, is that if someone has, whatever side of the aisle they're on, has a problem with the president personally, I'm concerned that the positive things that have happened are going to go by the wayside as well. And it can't happen. We can't let it's biblical if you want to go there. You can't be concerned about the messenger. The message always stays firm, and that has to be firm moving forward. Are you concerned about that as well?
Of course I am. I mean, I served as an economic advisor to Donald Trump over the last 4 years and during the 2016 campaign. I'm incredibly proud of what we've accomplished. I think that we rebuilt the economy not once but twice. By the end of 2019, before COVID hit, we had the lowest poverty rate in the history of the United States. We had the biggest wage gains for minorities. By the way, one of the things Trump is really proud of is what we've done for minorities. I mean, they keep running around the country. Donald Trump is a racist. He's a white supremacist. That's nonsense. That no president in modern time has done more for minorities than Donald Trump. They had the minorities had incredible gains. We had the lowest black poverty rate in the history of the United States. We had the lowest black unemployment rate in the history of the United States, on and on and on and on. And the left keeps running around saying how his policies are racist. Yeah. Meanwhile, I mean, we'll see what – look, I wish the president-elect Joe Biden well. I hope I'm wrong about this, but he's off to a terrible start. Yeah. I mean, this is he wants a $1.9 trillion debt bomb bill. He wants to cancel major infrastructure projects like the Keystone, pipeline. And they're talking about more lockdowns in the economy. Yeah. And I find that frightening. And so anyway, look, I got to run. It's a busy day, but thanks so much for having me. Let's do it again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Stephen Moore joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News right there. Author of the book Trumponomics, FreedomWorks senior economic contributor and Wall Street Journal writer. And, one of the things that I'm concerned about, too, is the fact that, I'd love to have him on to talk about this more in the future and even get your thoughts, is that, you can't grow your way out of the debt we're putting ourselves into if you continue to up the ante. Well, we've got new industries. We've got new ways of bringing into the economy money that we've never seen before. That's great. The problem is if you keep upping the ante and saying, oh, more is coming in, well, then we can throw more money out. We can spend more because no, it doesn't work that way. So that's another part of the discussion we can have in the future. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Oh, traffic. There's Sabrina Katz.
Colonial Boulevard is still shut down from the crash that happened near Winkler. The shutdown is between Winkler Avenue and 6 Mile. You cannot head eastbound right now. So the best thing you can do is take Challenger Boulevard from Colonial. It's fully up to speed, and that will get you to 6 Mile the quickest. Also, there is a vehicle fire that happened just in front of the Honda dealership on Colonial Boulevard. That's at the intersection of Veronica Shoemaker. Traffic just a touch slow from some onlooking delays. We're also congested on Metro Parkway heading south to Daniels. And, of course, a very busy morning on I-75, but we're still up to speed. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Some passing clouds during the morning, but then eventually becoming mostly sunny. Great forecast by later today if you're going to be out and about. High temperature of 73 degrees. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
For me personally, one of the things I love about Pentair, my water system in my home, is just peace of mind and the confidence that my family and my friends that come over are going to love the way my water tastes. And that's a good thing. Not just the taste, but the hard water drying out your skin and hair, damaging your appliances. It's a reason why it's doing all of that because of what's in it. Call now for your free multi-point Pentair water test. Find out what your water's doing in your home. You're going to love the way your water tastes with your new Pentair water system like I do. And there's a big difference when you call a Pentair water specialist. Well, what is it? They're all trained, uniformed experts in our city and well water. So they know about what's going on here in Southwest Florida. You can have a wide range of water treatment options right in front of you, and they can install your new Pentair water system for you. Pentair has a new Easy Flow under-counter filtration system that is certified to reduce 99% of lead. And right now, you can save 15% on your whole home water system. 239-880-7799 or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy payroll customer.
My husband and I started a business together, and I had no idea where to start when it came to payroll. And a friend of mine recommended Patriot, and I have not looked back since. It was extremely user-friendly. I was actually able to understand it and run everything extremely well. And anytime I've had a question, they have been so quick to answer and help me. I definitely recommend it to anyone who is looking for a payroll software that is easy to use, user-friendly, and really offers everything that you need when it comes to something that's beneficial for your business.
Visit us at PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
Accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
many client portfolios is your investment advisor responsible for? Is yours one of hundreds? Or perhaps your financial institution has just been acquired by yet another firm, and the team you've known for years is suddenly gone. At the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company and its division, the Naples Trust Company, our portfolio management team is local and care for a proper ratio of account relationships designed to give you the highest possible attention and an asset allocation that is best for you and your goals. Another key factor is that all of our employees are owners in the trust company through an employee stock ownership plan. So we have no interest in being acquired, and more importantly, we have a vested interest in seeing our clients as happy as we are. Are you ready for a better experience? Contact us at the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company or the Naples Trust Company. Visit sancaptrustco.com to discover the difference.
Not FDIC insured. All investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that you can understand the entire plan of the Constitution by reading just one sentence, the 10th Amendment, which Thomas Jefferson called the foundation of the U.S. Constitution? The 10th Amendment, in that one sentence, perfectly encapsulates the idea of a government of limited powers and states' rights. It says that all powers not delegated to the federal government are reserved to the states. There are two words that appear 5 times in the first 10 amendments, which we know today as the Bill of Rights. Those two words are the people. But it's the closing line of that last sentence of the last amendment, the 10th, that affirms that the ultimate authority in this country rests with we the people. And the best way to push back against federal overreach is with a strong state legislature. As Washington continues to fail us, we need to look back to our founding principles of strong governments from strong state legislatures. This is Spencer Roach, 10th Amendment Conservative. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Stay engaged. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach. P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Lace up those running shoes, Southwest Florida. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention is January 30th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Visit runsignup.com and search Busey Bank to enter. Long sleeve dry fit shirt included with $25 registration fee. Go to runsignup.com and search Busey Bank. Proceeds support Drug House Odyssey and local SAD clubs. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention, January 30th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Sponsored by Busey Bank, Alufab USA, Lee Health, and Lee County Sheriff's Department.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. The electrical panel is the heart of your home's electrical system. Malfunctions can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk or in the dark altogether. So trust our teams at Mr. Sparky to get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $200 off a panel replacement.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News traffic.
Colonial Boulevard is still shut down from the crash that happened near Winkler. The shutdown is between Winkler Avenue and 6 Mile. You cannot head eastbound right now. So the best thing you can do is take Challenger Boulevard from Colonial. It's fully up to speed, and that will get you to 6 Mile the quickest. Also, there is a vehicle fire that happened just in front of the Honda dealership on Colonial Boulevard. That's at the intersection of Veronica Shoemaker. Traffic just a touch slow from some onlooking delays. We're also congested on Metro Parkway heading south to Daniels. And, of course, a very busy morning on I-75, but we're still up to speed. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Good Monday morning. Some clouds early will eventually give way to a nice and sunny forecast. We're mostly sunny for this afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the lower to middle 70s, but we dip back down into the 40s and 50s for your Tuesday morning. A lot of sunshine expected for the afternoon, nice and dry. And then high clouds and sunshine, but overall pretty uneventful and quiet weather pattern Wednesday, Thursday, all the way towards Friday. Next chance of rain is Sunday with a few spotty showers with a cold front. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
So, you're in the market for new appliances. You have a choice. You can chase around sizing up refrigerators, opening oven doors, poking your nose into top-load washers, while wondering if the quality meets your standards and the prices are fair. Or you can go to Good Deals Appliances. Starting at Good Deals Appliances makes all the sense in the world. They feature the top names in appliances like Genair, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana. But the best part about shopping at Good Deals Appliances is their price guarantee. If you ever find a lower price on the same appliance, Jay and his team at Good Deals Appliances will beat it. Every time, guaranteed. When you need appliances, make your first stop your last stop. Good Deals Appliances. 3 locations to serve you. 41 at Gladiolus in Fort Myers, Pine Island Road in Cape Coral, and on Naples Boulevard near Lowe's and Costco in Naples.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
And now a word from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Across the country, there has been a major increase in the number of back and neck pain cases. Most researchers attribute it to a decrease in the amount of activity people have been getting. This leads to pinched or compressed spinal nerves. These same nerves go down into people's legs and arms. I've especially noticed this among those with stenosis, arthritis, or bulging herniated discs. This pain, weakness, or numbness should not be ignored. Action needs to be taken. If you suffer from one of these conditions, or even scoliosis or neuropathy, it's important to get your condition correctly diagnosed and treated. At Johnston Spinal Care, we treat these conditions non-surgically, without needles or medications, using spinal decompression, completely safe and painless. Call today for a no-charge telephone consultation or MRI review. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have 2 choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
I work from home, so my home is also my office. And when I'm working, especially since my office is in the back room, I get all of the daytime sunshine. When I'm sitting in my office, I can tell the heat of the day is coming in because it's coming in through my old windows. So one of the benefits I experience directly, day in and day out, is having cooler temperatures in my room as a result of getting Storm Shield windows. My old windows, the heat came in, the room got hot, my air conditioning continued to work harder, and now we don't have any of that.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Are you ready to embark on your healthcare journey? At Millennium Physician Group, we want you, our patient, to be in good health always. That's why we created our Destination Health New Patient Program. It's all about partnering with your primary care provider to achieve the best healthcare outcome for you. Now, are you ready for the journey of your life? Connect with Millennium Physician Group and be on your way to Destination Health. Call 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live for the time being on YouTube and Facebook, both at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, so you can subscribe on YouTube if you'd like. You can like our page there on Facebook. That's fine. I know we're working on alternatives. We're working on different ways of doing this because, clearly, as you're going to hear in just a little bit, some people are not exactly fans of ours and are not exactly fans of free speech. It continues, everybody. It's kind of a big deal. We'll talk about it coming up, and we'll also get to the thing. I forgot about that. The thing. Anytime you want to call, whatever's on your mind, whatever you want to talk about. 239-479-5592. It's how we like to try to end the program each and every day with the thing. That's what we call it. Whatever your thing is, you call about. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
Yeah, all right. Hey, whoa. Yeah, okay. Hey, you might be wondering what exactly is that sound? What is that sound? Do you want to take a guess? Do you think that's the sound of rioters? The latest videos that have come out, the riots at the Capitol a few weeks back. Is that what it is on January 6th? No, that's not what that is. Is it rioting from last night in state capitals? People were concerned about armed individuals going to different state capitals. There were some, and we're going to get to that in just a second, but no, that's not what that audio was. That was the sound of migrants rushing and breaking through the border in Guatemala on their way north. As they broke through the border, tens of thousands of individuals, no health protocols, not stopping for the border patrol, just busting through, heading north. I wonder why they would want to do that. Is there something in I wonder, what would make them think that would be a good idea? Could it be Joe Biden's upcoming policy on illegals and possibly 11 million plus, pick a number of them, pathway to citizenship, just get here as fast as you can, or either that or they're on their way to Puerto Vallarta because it's a great vacation spot. Who knows?
Number 4.
What is the role that social media plays in further polarizing our society and pitting us against each other? We have a lot of work to do, Jake, and we have to do it, as Ron has said, in a bipartisan, nonpartisan manner. And that's what all of us can expect of our institutions and expect of our political leadership as well.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to get into a conversation about CNN. We have a whole show that does that called Reliable Sources, but I will say there are channels in which lies are told, and there are channels in which facts are told, and people who want the lies, they don't come here. They go to a different channel.
Jake Tapper in a conversation about the media with H.R. McMaster, former Trump National Security Advisor, and is concerned about social media, the polarization of people going to one network and the other, making those choices, and Jake Tapper talking about other networks lie and they don't. Yeah.
Number 3.
What we saw last week was not just a violent coup attempt, but we also saw a dereliction of duty and a betrayal of our country and a betrayal of the oath that we swear. And that is why I have demanded the resignations of Senators Ted Cruz, Senators Josh Hawley.
Hey, everybody! Hey, AOC is demanding the resignation of Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz. Hey, did you all hear that? She's demanding it. So we should do it, right? Right? Right?
Number 2.
The day we're inaugurated, I'm going to ask you to mask up for the next 100 days. This is not a political issue. And I will issue an executive order to require masks where I have the authority to do that. For federal workers, and federal property, on interstate travel, like trains and planes.
Interstate travel, like trains and planes. There's other interstate travel. There's Joe Biden, soon to be president of the United States, with some of the ridiculous policies that he's going to put in place that are going to be detrimental to the country, like XL Pipeline, and we can stop the oil flowing from Canada and the Dakotas, south to Texas. We got to put a stop to that. Some of the $15 minimum hour wage increases federally, because, that's going to help. Well, it actually isn't. It's going to take away 1.3 million jobs while lifting the boat of 1 million. Do you see the discrepancy? But look, 300,000 people are going to lose a job. So what? I mean, there are other people that and businesses will be destroyed and hurt because of this. But come on, we got to placate to those that want this and have asked for this. Here's another one. Hey, interstate travel. Does that mean that when we're riding on I-75 and we're driving interstate Lee-wise, I don't know if that's the right word, that we're going to have to all mask up? Hey, is that going to be something new that troopers are going to have to do? I'm just asking.
Number 1.
There are a lot of people profiting off of lies and conspiracy theories, and I don't really see how things get better, how we move on as a country until this informational environment is cleaned up.
This age of social media that we live in now is creating hate platforms in the U.S., and we're going to have to find a way to get that under control.
Many of these platforms have no rules at all, and they are just rabbit holes of misinformation and hate speech.
How important is it to regulate Parler and platforms like it?
Big Tech's role poisoning minds with false information has also been an issue for years.
They've made millions of dollars on these channels that are poisoning people's minds.
I just got to stop. It's a montage from the great people at newsbusters.org and Media Research Center about how the protectors of free speech, when AOC talks about, how she upholds the Constitution, her oath of office. They seem to forget that part of the oath. Yeah, they're suddenly celebrating censorship and suppression and even calling for more. Is that what we're up against, everybody?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Apparently, that's exactly what we're up against. And there are more than a few people that are out there right now who are ready to take away voices that are important. Dare I say mine and other people at this station. And your right to be able to listen to them or not listen to them. Or go on social media and communicate the way you see fit within the legal parameters of what already exists. You do realize that places like Parler and Gab and other places do have terms of service, and you can't. Come on, now they can do whatever they want. When you're talking about Twitter and other places and Facebook and the editing and the taking down of. I mean, it's they're free. They're a privately held company. They can do whatever they want. Well, they can't really do whatever they want. I mean, if you're not violating their terms of service, and that's a whole other subject. But I mean, it gets really, really crazy. I got to see if I could find this. All right, so let's see. Okay, is this it? CNN and reliable sources, where Jake Tapper says all the sources go that are reliable. It's just this one show there on CNN. Everything else is not reliable. What they're trying to do on Brian Stelter's program is to try to call out the media and, see how reliable certain sources are, CNN being above all. Former Facebook insider Alex Stamos, not to be confused with the other Stamos who was on, What was the show there? Full House? Was that the name of the show, Jake? Have you confirmed that? John Stamos was, not to be confused with the John Stamos, or related to, no relation to. I don't know if you brought that up earlier, that John Stamos was in Full House. Are you sure about that? Would you?
100%.
There you are. Okay. And again, as a person who didn't grow up on John Stamos and Full House, more like H.R. Puffin stuff, somebody's going to get that reference. Many of you won't. Here's a former Facebook insider, Alex Stamos, who's telling Brian Stelter that we have to do things. You know, we've got to be concerned about the communication out there, and whose communication we have to be concerned about. Hey, who is he talking about?
Reporting and try to get us all back into the same consensual reality.
And can you? Is that possible? Seems like that's an open question.
It's hard. I mean, I think we got to do a couple things.
Yeah,
one, there needs to be an intentional work by the social media companies collaborating together to work on violent extremism in the same way they worked on ISIS.
Okay, so there's been a lot of comparison about ISIS and radical extremism with regard to Trump supporters and others, and certainly with those that did the horrific thing of smashing windows and breaking into the Capitol building. But you see where they're going. It's not the same kind of thing that they were talking about during the summer when there were some other things happening with groups like Antifa and BLM, but we can excuse that? Is that the case?
In the United States Congress. But there is over half of the Republicans in Congress voted to overturn the election. And there will be a continual political pressure on the companies to not take it seriously. So I think first you have to focus on those violent extremists, and those companies have to be brave in that way. And second,
okay, get this. So again, Republicans in Congress that were concerned about election integrity. You're not allowed to talk about election integrity. We're not allowed to talk about it into the future. Not only have you been dismissed, but you're going to be doxxed if you continue to talk about it, or taken off the airwaves, or taken off of social media platforms, or whatever the case may be. Can't bring it up. Can't do it because now we're equating you with radicals. You see how this goes. And now listen to the specifics from the former Facebook insider Alex Stamos, not to be confused with John Stamos from Full House.
We have to turn down the capability of these conservative influencers to reach these huge audiences. There are people on YouTube, for example, that have a larger audience than daytime CNN.
You know, he's right about that. There are people that are on YouTube right now, that are on Rumble right now, that are on different platforms that are getting a bigger audience than daytime. See, I could tell you Dan Bongino gets a bigger audience. I could tell you Dinesh D'Souza on Rumble's getting a bigger audience. I could tell you Ben Shapiro's probably getting a bigger audience. I could tell you about a lot of them that are getting. See, these influencers are not good influences. No. No, these conservative influencers are trouble because we've labeled them as trouble. So, yeah, no, we can't have that. And we got to do something. We've got to turn down the capability to reach these huge audiences. Now, a couple of things come to mind. Number one, there's a choice. You can choose to go to CNN and watch and believe what is being said. You have a choice to go, and you're actually making the effort. It's not like you're in an airport and you're staring up at a screen and you have to stare at that same CNN screen because it's the only thing that's in the airport, although they're getting ready to take that out. And some might claim, well, you know, it's the economy, it's COVID. And some might say, hey, I can get all that information on my phone. I can watch people like Dan Bongino and get information on my phone instead of having to listen to you on a screen that I don't trust. And that wouldn't have anything to do with it. But to reach these audiences, we have to try to stop this. Do you see what's going on? I mean, I'm wondering from the people who claim to be the keepers of free speech. Wait, let me back up. From those who are claiming to be the keepers of the Constitution because they took an oath of office that includes upholding the Constitution, and then at the same time are willing to dismiss it? How does that work? How do we accept that? How is it that half the country is like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then the lengths that people will go in order to see what it is that you're doing. Like this little nugget. This is NBC's Jeremy Bash who is talking about what happened with Capitol Police or what happened at the Capitol on January 6th, the individuals that were there. You know, forget about people like John Sullivan, a BLM supporter who was there while that the woman that was shot and killed, he was there standing and screaming about all kinds of obscenities and things about burning the place down and everything else. And then he gets arrested, the BLM supporter, but then is let out on, I guess, is now been released. When you have the Viking guy, the crazy Viking guy there, who I guess is up for 25 years in prison, no chance bail. There were no two different ideologies or individuals in there at all. You can't do that. You can't mention that. You can't mention anybody that could have been in that building other than Trump supporters. It's just the way it is. Stop. Don't do it. Okay, sorry. I don't want to get too crazy there. So here's Jeremy Bash on the rioters there at Capitol Hill. All, of course, Trump supporters, every single one of them. And here's what we have to do next.
And I think we're going to have to reset our entire intelligence approach to these white supremacist militias, these dangerous ultra-nationalist organizations. I think we're going to have to look at greater surveillance of them. The FBI is going to have to run confidential sources.
So now they're talking about changing the entire intelligence approach, greater surveillance of them. The FBI is going to have to run confidential sources on people that they deem to be white supremacists, nationalists, agitators. Who gets to decide who those individuals are and what ideology that is exactly? You can probably figure it out. All right, we'll talk about that more tomorrow. There's a lot more things to discuss, especially locally and statewide. Committee is going on right now in Tallahassee, and some of the things that we'll be hearing about that are going to concern you directly. So that's on the way as well. All right, let's find out what's going on with the remainder of our forecast with Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
Some passing clouds during the morning, but then eventually becoming mostly sunny. Great forecast by later today if you're going to be out and about. High temperature of